Regarding Ronaldo, quite simply, he's got my blessing. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, I'll be delighted. But he's only one of two players in my club that last season has actually earned their wages, their money. Him and David De Gea. If he leaves, you're right. You could be right. It may be a blessing in disguise. We have to modify our style of play one way or another. Other players have to do more. Other players have to put a shift in. But if he goes, I'll be very sad, but good luck to him. I wish him all the best.
Do you speak on behalf of quite a number of United fans, do you think, Joe? Or are a few of them saying this morning, we'll speak to more in a second, he's at it here. He should be staying. He should be helping.
I can't speak.
I heard Tony Cascarino in breakfast. I sat in the studio with him, Joe, and Cascarino said yesterday he owes United. They brought him back.
He's delivered. I mean, he's earned his money. As I say, most players do not earn their money. Most players are given vast amounts of money for no apparent reason. He's actually made the effort and tried to earn his money, as has David De Gea. But otherwise, I wish him all the best. I mean, say it may be a blessing in disguise. You never know. Who knows? But no hard feelings from me whatsoever. None.
Fair enough. I see. I think you're in agreement with him.
I just think it's a fair appraisal from Joe. I think it's a fair assessment of the situation. It's a rational, unsentimentalised, unsensationalised version of events. If he stays, great. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But you can't argue. The Ronaldo we've got at 37 years of age has done his job. The tragedy is the job that he does needs to be ably supported by others to facilitate it. Otherwise, you're going to have a weakened team as a result of it.
The best sportsmen on the planet, the best sports people in the specific fields don't make decisions based on owing somebody something.
Well, they don't owe him anything.
He doesn't owe them anything. But
really,
what I'm saying is he makes decisions that are best for him and him alone.
If Manchester United turn around and say you're staying, and he kicks up rough and starts to go into a situation where he downs tools, then he does owe something. He owes his contract because he signed it in sound, body and mind, knew what he was coming into, and he has to accept it.
There's no way in the world that's going to happen.
No, of course it's not.
What we hear this morning
is... Can you imagine Ten Hag having to deal with him not playing?
And neither does it need to happen, does it? Because ultimately United, and I was wrong to say he went on a free, went for 15 million quid, but comparatively speaking, 15 million quid in this day and age is a free, isn't it?
We're seeing player power, though.
We're not yet seeing it because all he's suggested is that ultimately I'd like to leave. He's not saying I'm going to leave, and if I don't get my own way, I'm going to do what Mahrez did at Leicester.
He's saying he wants to go, Simon, and he hasn't shown up today for family reasons.
We have to, at this moment in time, and we have to take it at face value, there's family reasons. I'm in the camp of being, well, okay, how convenient that is, and what a coincidence that you make a big announcement at the beginning of the weekend on the Monday when you're due back for training, suddenly this. But we have to take that at face value until we know something different.
A couple of other United fans on. Colin first. Good morning, Colin. What's your take on it?
Good morning, Jim, and good morning, lads.
Morning.
Good morning. What do you think of this? What's Ronaldo up to?
Well, I think he's got to stay. And guys, I've got to say this to you. I'm 65 years of age. I've been a United fan right back in the 60s after we won the 1968 European Cup.
Yeah.
And in 1974, things were all going down the tubes. And 74 and now is exactly the same. We got Georgie Best back. Tommy Dot got Georgie Best back. He tried to get him back to raise the standards again.
Yep.
But Best, he let him down. And this is the same situation. Now, I'm not a betting man. I've never betted on a football match in my life. But I'm prepared to go down the bookies and put £4 on United being in the bottom four because I can't see anybody at the moment that could say anything different. I mean, back in 74, Jimmy Hill and Brian Moore said, no, United won't go down this season. We did. Nobody can say never. And if they're not careful, we're going to be in the same situation. We've got a load of dead wood.
You've been serious, Colin? That United would be relegation candidates, what, if Ronaldo goes?
United's team at the moment is very weak. We've got Liverpool about the third week of the season, in the new season. I mean, I've just retired, and they had a whip round for me to get me a tour of Old Trafford because I've never been to Old Trafford, and a meal at the Red Cafe. Now, me and a mate of mine. We live at Havant at the other side of Portsmouth, and we're going to drive up, and we're going to try and take a game in as well because neither of us have seen a game at Old Trafford.
Good grief.
So-
And you've been a supporter how long?
I've been a supporter since back in 1968, just after 1968.
Oh, right.
I've been to London, and I've queued up outside Tottenham Hotspur for 2 hours and never got in. And
Okay.
I went to Crystal Palace. Simon will be pleased to hear that. Pictures of that when we played there and we lost 5-0, and I saw Ted McDougall make his first appearance for United.
All right. Well, listen, that's a call we didn't expect, Colin. You've been a supporter for such a long time and you've actually never been to Old Trafford. But you also think if they're not careful, United will be relegation candidate. Scott, very quickly, take me to the bulletin. What's your take on Ronaldo? Good morning.
Morning, guys. Hope you're all well.
Morning.
Right, first thing, if, as Simon says, you've got to take it on face value, and if there's a family issue, I hope everything's okay. Secondly, nobody's bigger than the club. I spoke to Jamie and Jason on the sports bar when the whole captaincy thing was going off with him and Maguire, and I said, no one's bigger than the club. Now, this could be Eric Ten Hag's first proper challenge to put his authority on the club and let Ronaldo go. Right? There've been talks with Paulo Dybala, apparently, according to the press. You know, he's an experienced guy. He's 28 years old. He's one for the future.
Not a centre forward, though.
Okay, you're fair enough. And, I appreciate that the players we're being linked at, like Anthony, etc., are not centre forwards. But we need to move on. We need to move on. It's a clean slate now.
So, Scott, he goes with your blessing, does he?
It does go with my blessing, but we need to move on. We need to start this rebuild, and if we're going to do it, then back the manager and do it properly.
Back the manager, Simon's what Scott's saying. Do it properly. Back the manager.
If that's what the manager wants, they will do. I'm sure. If the manager doesn't want Ronaldo there, which I think his position is slightly different, but if he doesn't want him there, then I suspect United will allow him to leave.
Okay. Well, Ronaldo's not there this morning. He's not at training, not at Carrington.
Even if he wants
out,
him there, he'll be leaving.
But he's saying he's not there this morning because of family reasons. It's 10:30.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.